Abusia enkomo bi circulate ese ma me akosia se wa kasa kaso kasa na Ghana man hu se ne wo bere ma da dulumba no kasa tim legal wives kaso na afi kurampo de omo ya pa aba kire se kasa ne hu se wo na wo ta da dulumba echi wo de obeye bia mu ene omo de toto ye ya sapon yere ho se ya sapon issue yi ba ye ne yere ba bonte be kasa ye Ghana fo ni nachi ni ade tie bia ni ntama mekuja se wan pese be ba no ha mekuja se wa kasa na wo kwada o kasa am say the whole world ombeti mi apata wa chichire say wo ye de obeye se ba wale fo e ma da dulumba na wo ye legal wife na kasa nso enti no se wo kasa na se Ghana man na say o mind the whole world obie hu say mami abre ye mami hia ye moa e wo se support mami nyi odi nkunim ene ewiase afanyan nyina ebedi wachi ene nkomodo omudi bi pa abusia kame ho ne nkwaje nsem ntwemu embra
akna atibidi I'm sorry and dear
in the first place any kwasa oka ana menim di ntia ye kofa abusia panyin komo no kra ba ma me akoso ase wa not to our hesa de man. It wasn't even a talk for her for woman so be kan wase and when you are preaching
mo hwe bibia the bia the bad side no kwa na mo look for adentia
me da bia me catch us me estem we are me follow no I'm not following on a moral ground, so you are the one that always preach that me ma me akoso ase wa me hu na night club kra me enfa me ho odobro no betimi apie ahomache 8 me nya ma asem me nya sa checks na me check it, but when you come here and you make it seems as if you say mo de mo morals mo na munim de me ye ni dia tami nya sa na na I find fault with it because there be one sama I work no as me ye ni dia tem me ye say obi di dia tem kra you are the first person me met me recommend session no am obi a block am obi e di dia tem I don't care but who ntimi sa na no Inti medra mega say obi did obi atem na enye and I have 1 point obi did obi atem na enye. When you come here for morals, make sure say you are checking yourself out.
No, this one day I don't side with you because all catch them so be aka say to sack and to who you atem the dia. That
I say if you know me no disafen say who me afre me to sack, me so me free kasongo. Say nya di atem.
And me take kasongo na say two friends say ti ase sana mbese
me mpesa me kan na unkofo ni bia be kasa me gina ha use sa word kasongo no ntisi adia to my platform.
Me dem me me gina ha me nkofo.
I'm just saying into me why the whole question with me off.
Me da say me behind Kasa.
Okay.
Behind. And then I also have you ever called there.
And also Kasa.
Ujina food say with that.
I Kasa, yeah, I didn't know.
It's a kasongo ninti. And as I move for you, also we have Mr. Jokum, not to now and tears you. Mr. Sorry,
Mr. Jokum.
That the way I to Busi Fu, and I'm saying, who is
Mr. Calvin, Crabbe can and want some that you have
the patrol,
Hey, Mr. Jokum, the Okadia, and Crawford still won't mean the code, or Munya code in the air. Hey, Mr.
My last question. Okay, my last question.
So next to the next.
Okay. Yasa poye no oye kuna na say the man no be jaw mo.
Pacho minim say wa nyukuna, but my point now mama de be mu say how organized there was an issue about the way I was paying to me manage issue no ma funu and very very well organized. I heard a lot of people on different platforms talking about it.
That's why I'm
all I'm trying to say is that beside all the issues,
it's not all you are trying to
besides the question. All I'm saying is that
okay, let's stick to the let's
stick to manager issue. No. That's my point.
But diabolical, you know, it's my but let's stick to my question. court and I said let's stick to
One court.
so it was court in tea na you be to could be any abusuapanyin ma me pena man na just
Nan
that
to call.
and
Nan
to
to
find any
call.
day oh there be and to find any day there be some bisa me pese
I
bi
said kuna hon toka.
there be na nyen to kwa misunderstanding and abusuapanyin na ma me proclaim an ko dwato na yi free ho ba o ma me ni take ya o ma me the other example no take another route although the ordinary there court into 2 ways abusuapanyin ba ko how to deal with a court issue another one has to accept dwato into 2 issues that will compare. Thank you, bye bye.
Yeah, okay. I think some more questions are not bisa no I think bisa but making me submission. Yeah, okay. Edi kan about team legal wife for abaso. I think say member my boss or my boy Juma. I think the last 3 days, yeah, me home videos or media no so say. I could make a donation be the amount a Krobi, I think say Boho Sani Bena setting legal wife abano anka niema bisa social intervention no mni ade le bia mekase sa energy na o me fight ma me no e come channel sa energy no into positive things anka ebeboa than the so-called justice fight for me who say there's been any injustice be or baby in the any kind said I kind my bomb my super things saying going forward no say on meeting in this such projects be say abiba anka ebeboa on met channel energy into such positive stuff so things saying on mine benya some for so than everyone said you win because at the end of the day I don't see any injustice or Mammy Akusia said, well, not some no. As a matter of fact, Senka injustice be over Anka, but now Anka Ebi Anka Pio no crabasso. Now, Major is a Pio Ninyama, so 3 months a tremoa. But to Brady, I can confidently say, there's been justice for Mammy Akusia said, well.
Behind the scene, point of correction, appeal need the Oma file. Just say the only reason why I am out because also almost file appeal now. Pay what I heard no. AQ also cases may be on. And Tianya Momu date until them out. That's what I heard.
No, okay.
I might be wrong.
The train Sababa. Now can about yes upon no issue no and as a wife issue no you who publicly Busia Penny no
would you like a hot drink?
I'm all right.
You sure?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you who sorry, you who Busia Penny no public statements be brilliant or make it and some of them you can clearly see say it be a bit offensive. The the ex-wife of Yasapon. But upon out for me factions be near the day. At the end of the day, no, or the any DSC Edema Busia Penny no who say penny the penny, even though say on them papa and yarding or near even mammy no crady on only case in Indian co grounds be brave because on a day or you can't bow to cry sana papa no Ephraim. And that there's been videos who na bunting and no crying and mammy was mammy way. And near maybe her Bishop Penny can't send a major because there's been videos about bunting and a mammy no. In the latter part of Papa no a life no na mame no play some role on the hospitals near the by and come on back out to the casa go be nipa be brave a defend you. But mommy way I'm out. I'm a casa. Any munyama or share ni kuno. Any a year wa ya obi eba bonti obeka ho asema ke ugina had the eto lumba deal. In fact, my men back one thing before me is a group with say team legal wife yenya. And I don't think say and ki ye. And there's no way to beat me and say thank ye lumbe ye pa without any interference, without any team legal wife, any court and sense moi enka lumbe ye no anka ye de yasapon ye with me at home. Because where the level at Lumba drew, there's no way Senke Yasapon. Even though I'm not saying to downplay Yasapon, and so on a dear, but I don't think say and keeping your match no to say the
yeah, I mean for being so cry that Lumba 1 week in a cry Yasapon you we enter into that Lumba 1 week.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. That's also point.
Yeah. And the said me canon yeah. Addition there Emma family no the be am cancel first na omo kan be say obi ntimi emmeye obi gise wa busuafo sebe abaifo aton mama no cause obi eye baifo ni fie anaso abontia ontimi meye o gise ofiefo abaifo aton mama no. And that's exactly what happened with Lumba's issue. Abusuaphobia was en protect papa no. Nanka asumdwe bane ye papa no befit ye ma papa no befitting barrier no. Omo ton papa no a legacy e de ma abontin for. Emma abontin so for Emma be say a year and as a legacy I was en kede ma papa no. Eno na me edru na me counsel ye nyina ye nim sa abusua fo na ye kan ho asem ana abusua ni ye kan ho asem ye nim no a me best me body but da hope free say ye nim sa ni pa na ye kan ho asem ndi say ye compare ya support de ma lumba de a okay sana issue ni nyina ati say dem me kan me de na de abaso na mbe board team legal wife for say omon koso no mo adwuma na bohos no omumbie bebre. There's a lot of social interventions sa energy na omede fight for the so-called injustices no omit me a channel to I bet me a positive ama no see madam was
And una kasa se sia no wa bojuma wa
yeah
like odi obeti makasa 1,000 hours ko bi abunfu yamin shira right
yo that's
na I don't know storage bema odi
Oh yeah, also mission. I think say most of storage I beside questions but regards to your support person me touch baby kakra.
Wow, because if you not was
o say your support yire no e dey nsem ba out no Ghana for say me pacho unim asem no the way o si ekwe or the ba out Ghana for asem no I mean ne way front and back unim asem no say ni si koye
emu de hen o ka do call a radio station ana
I the quarantine one because you made mention of it.
Yeah, me ya ka se ko e be che
I mean u bit ma brush ni kakra.
Oh, minim say
one brush no say see you on to there.
So obi e ma so bi asa o.
Akosia tini adwenboni akosia
na brushing no mami aba brushing
no why for mo kan sem ho beti
akosia brushing no
ase mo de ashem wana bo
ke me enko wai
Me
de ke titiani no mami titiani no mami
dia nim fa ho ne say
We. But so be yes, fast fetch this. Say ya no more. Come to one
Yeah, see what the minimum found say Obano issue ne say I think no person on na share papa no. The material no. And after the I think the main issue pa say ama the radio station am man for crab born e chi say or say MPP for this kabi ekoma papa no.
Be specific. Dr. Baumia na koye ni donation the man no.
Aye. And ono so percent keska no. Say odi bi konye e dan bi papa no ya mo. No one say me.
Yeah, Matiki, do you think say sana mo amami 2 years? We be mami ye be ma. You think sana mo amami ni 2 years so kun yale da one kan wo hwe. Obi be che ni sika na you are interested in sika e anamon pa na mami ni 2 years.
You see baby all the free ba no see you. Oka say ni kun yale da ho wan kan wo hwe amenu mienu. Yenim de no ye behind the scene. It men draw conclusion like that. Yes. Baby or the assembly fire no any reason I know gina so no me nyina han support no but so catch me say ni kunu yale da wa de no yen behind the scene me mienu nya de anim me patro so to mase
and the entire assembly a yen nyina ni wo bi by ye twa asem ni bi na de adan based on no an nsem okonarity wo radio station no so no wan fa papa ne yare na call ye they are no interested in is about sika no and property. Yeah, by according to the some more kind of cry, I'm saying antenna only antenna confrontation be I'm say a pamoasem be crab bemu because it's not about yarea seminar they call her, it's about sika financial issue and I'm say property asem. It's not that means any no yare da one at that time no hiam one. You don't have any interest in the area no name donation here their brain and some properties and now you are interested in 2 years and na bibisa say k based on that on one nsem or the choir ma oni antina cry in temu eba issue no do things and mo ama me ne fast no as papa
see you me patcho medical kanamesa kabio say anamo a otuye ne and reason do kwaye no obie nu ha obe support do ye but the man me dey offer ya support ma me san chemu bi no bi antiase the man me dey offer ya support ye ni ba mu ne say me say there was an issue na bibi koso but in the long run no abusu apanyin ni hwe ma bibia to din ma bibia ye kama. That's why I'm coming from.
What's your
Opa jitum, opa menyintum. Media me hu ye no.
Jintum. What's your could be what be another chapter maminti. My infant raw no storage abetiti ni na be pacho. Ebusa penny shema bibia the keyword na one me deno. Shema bibia ye me pacho then na ma many ye and son ebusa penny shema the writing was done. Mammy ye then ye busa penny if it's yan or shema bibi ye mammy then or ye.
Now story do my submission. I'll say offer us upon union fund to intimate fund to Lumba 1 weekend. We are talking about the funeral. And I you swear.
You are funeral.
And I funeral no swear. No so back to one. No swear.
Okay. Me answer the question. That the number, you know, you can find adjective to define it by asapon. Otiase, wewu, ne ye, ne ma, na bra obebo, and again, I mean, sense should be ne ye, ne 1 week. It won't be any way asapon. The measure be and what bit me na to that the number there.
Men case who change narrative.
Enter make a choice say, Sanya you compare ni na ne ye, ne 1 week. The main funeral no ne 1 week na ya support the untimi fan to no any pair koye etitire koye untimi fan to no that's what I'm trying to say. Yes,
I'll take it. I'm not going to argue on that.
Who politicians were ya support you na say
well who akaso who bla
okay oh
Me pacho then maame ni ya sapon yire ni ya ma abusuapɛ ni nyama right or ye then because abusuapɛ ni na mfitia no say bibia sinti me nyama right.
Me pacho eno mebu wo no ma baya me ade me hu ye no me de me nya ba storage say o ma me no pacho
Enti wo be den
na de me hu say
okay me ba enti me pacho okay enti abusuapɛ ni fiti ye na wante ni nsɛm on eno so pa out eno so wante bi
she went and begged
the DLC ala wo banya botre
she went and begged for
I don't know bebem me ba ke maame ni fiti a yesi e ma ni 1 week no abusuapɛ ni tena ase no so
why had to see there Saturday no kwa na person wo ha na mu nyina atu buru me Saturday na wo akusia wo ye no
answer me eja ya akusia
se to no one CEO nko fo mu o ma na
akusia timi select one day bi se Saturday ni
kwa no ba wa ya mwa wo na wadwane ko
Saturday na akusia no mani nyu ho
akusia na odi wani break kwa ko wie ne so ARGH wa ade wansu anfrɛ no me bisa question abusuapɛ ni wo ha no si o ma hyehyɛ bibia ma me bra na be yi na ya so
na wo to ho na wo ka Daddy Lumba yi na se ne kopɛ official video of Daddy Lumba yi no why enye de mo so ma won ko fo mo
mo ko video ko twitwa de beto wo say yi no na eno na mo
official video no na wo share you understand say Daddy Lumba yi no
o full na some kware yi kware me pese be yi ho argument me but me and I'm the way this one was
it wasn't as we expected, but ultimately so fan to yes upon the no.
Me question I make me see the way this one was
the way I pen no ye nyina e wo ha nyina de obi a pen no we nya ne sa but emom so ultimately fan to yes upon na k1 me refer ni di dada kwakudua ultimately fan to no baby it was just that our expectations were high
NTK
comparison kware me nye bi kware
Uti bi da say ye kase ye mama me no enye kuna no uti bi ana wante
iwo jai ke na mami simu nyina nso nkasa bi wate na ke me ya echina ko be ya
me mani me tro
echina so be mana jai ade a wo ye
be ya odin futuro bi ya be wo
akosia ti na so ne nka why
ke
minsu ashoto odin futuro gumani
me je mu so to bo wase o da di
o say yi maame no ehu ne Auntie Georgina ye interview
eno antina minim so obebu sakasa
well, I think I'm not all kake. Who say we penny so one cast munye did atemna. Now it's all say of one so I think she was just saying she didn't mean it. Because
no.
Man kasa niye.
And go for ya. Okay say more mundi di atema say come ameno, hamameno, mamini soon, blah blah no. You are celebrating these people. Monim say dear Emma Beckayen wasn't true. I didn't someone can chance on retract number apologize. Rather much. What's him I say? And you are telling me say mama no mo yesa won pesa na on pe den. Who ya modern year MC for event. Look at what Ayeka father Lumba who beloved husband. Oh man say present to
the extent say me power we a man award ana.
What must say? Then you're telling me say my men in pesa na my men tia osu my men then
we kasa don kan just man in kasa oh
see o me pato na miss won no ni asem ka uni asem
kasa dia na me kwara me kasa na mo yala mo me sa
okay etu nti ki se me kasa my men no ka kasa de obi akasa bi keke. What am I say? Because in go for you should your beloved husband. Now now there is no fair. Then you're not being fair to that Lumba and then to the people, even yourself. I walk out from say Munje did that no na mamene kano and a hano. And I come unko.
Mije me what question ma.
Yes.
My main question, man.
Let's more kind. I mean, what direct mama and I'll be some question. As me, no.
Me pacho, then enipa mu ankasa asemu ifa ne ho ote wo maame no bepacho maame no ye mumu ana oh okay because papa she kasama no eno ne ehu ne ye but this time na ye interview ono ankasa gina wono so
enu na papa she afi America oh she papa
she baby
representative onya representative
as I was saying no I think Auntie Georgina wasn't being fair to herself, to Mama, no, and to the even team legal wife, because I think that she was just saying, what must I say? I don't want to talk too much, because me cut too much, because I feel say, rumors like I said, Auntie Georgina empne that the lumba ne, Mama, rain stop. Auntie Georgina ne, empne lumba ne, Mama, there could be some truth of it, because we are aware, and some of my car for the lumba. Then you are celebrating the woman. Now more yes, more you kuna. Ma minister black and Mrs. Fosu or the only wife. Pacho binga sawai.
Yama red flag.
I go to
Yama red flag.
Or the petrol palace. Ayeka. Ready.
Okay,
Can I ask you a question? Okay, Pacho, prepare for Marco say what a 2 year or me and in film anyway. What do you say to that?
Dear, I'm highly disappointed in you. Ask me why.
Why?
And this video now who na the cousin ni Janet, you know. O say papa o me
the cousin, the cousin, no me
Charlie, but the way you dear, when was on me you are better than this, Charlie. Come on, man. Come on,
bruh.
No, dear.
Okay, no,
but the Sasu ni but the way I also describe no, I wasn't expecting that from you, honestly.
Penny, Kuneni, na Brantia. What do
I don't think say you Kuneni photo. I would say one thing. Mama realizing say Ghana for any personal space. I say like. Or baby na as mommy several occasions supposed to wait talent where a personal space at the end that Ghanaians lack. Because even me cry me should be your sleepy or hana my ear uncomfortable. It's like back the fuck up. I
was maybe our question.
Hold on.
Personal space do munim see you.
My dear,
I ran away.
I go share there. She was in defender number 5.
I ran away. So in a cousin or so in the day. Instead of my me fifth.
Dio, and should be a bedtime best one. Maybe I was saying, and they know I could say, I'm sorry, I'm maybe
instead of mommy Abasa. Nano. Ya kwasha mami aso most na no kon or pekis na kon was na switch. Wusu mi ano. Na ye ne dai.
Dio.
No ye ne dai. Ye kase obi mi obi a ka se chese we so no fu mu ntra.
O mi ano say Dio. Like I don't know what say.
Maybe it's a question. Wusu ye ne cousin there na metwam. Go say ye ne cousin there me je.
On can say you.
Maka,
okay.
First time catching.
Storage. You miss our question. I mean, Bremuai.
I mean, the last time now near me, I mean, the baby daddy, yeah, but now as a baby daddy, when I say I was being diabolic, I mean, Kevin man. With the issue when it comes to my missy from now, Posia Sontanase, with the issue about what's it called? Court verdict now. There's a term. I'm trying to get it right.
Counterclaim.
Counterclaim, no. You can or has said there was nothing like that, and when it went to court,
withdraw,
I'm more withdraw. I'm very interested in that because kind of verdict, and I don't think said the judge made a comment on that.
No.
But now me pesa me ya na nka wo ye na nka wo chichi but now so so.
Yeah, wo be bisani.
Ono wa
ya mesro don't do it again. Me pacho mesro mama nka ma se mesro. Dey no ye mama si for me pacho mesro.
Me peso be interrupt.
So running nka ma se. I want
to be interrupt me. So what it is say asam finally read no. Also
if you don't mind, I'll bet me you should be editing so why so I can get it.
Yeah, remember that. Okay. Yeah, filing and Odobroni so filing it there. But who read the preambles now? A Drew baby no. They realized that it was just the first and the third defendant who were actually also going to challenge Mami Akoshi's other stuff. And I think it's a CEO document. I don't have my other phone here with me like I would have read. He stated there, say, with the exception of defendant 2, no, the rest actually came together to defend the case. What it means is, when you go to court, whether you filed and you withdrew or not, no, the option is, or the condition is on the judge to talk about it. Even though the case was withdrawn, once it is captured in the document, no, the judge has the choice to talk about it or not to talk about it. What Judge Dorinda did was to further not fuel the conversation, say this and this and this, that, no. She decided to talk about it. So when you look at the procedure in Ekosuna, Odobroni lawyers didn't mount the stand to question the marriage authenticity of Mami Akosua. They didn't do that because she actually, in her written, she actually also challenged her. But when you look at what happened at court now, her lawyers didn't do any of those. The reason being that they didn't want to prolong the case. But the choice was on the judge to either say something about it or not to say about it. Whether you mounted a defense about it or not, once it has come to court premises, the case was before her, no, she has a choice to talk about it or not to talk about it. So what I was trying to tell them is, even though the writ was filed and they withdrew from that case, no, the judge decided to put some probate on it. The judge decided to put some value on it and actually talk about it just to squash that conversation. People would disagree, but if you ask any lawyer, Obekacho will say that option is on the judge. That is why the last time I intentionally asked, say, was there a conversation about the criminal investigation concerning what Mami Akosua Pompoma sent to court? And Lawyer Boatin was telling me, say, the judge had a choice to actually talk about it, but she made a general statement. In this case, the judge did not make a general statement. She actually wanted to talk about it, even though that conversation, that writ was not attended to, another was not even interrogated. You can decide to agree or disagree, but that is what actually happened. The reason behind the withdrawal was they did not want to drag the court case. They wanted to.
So who didn't want to drag the court case? Was it Odobroni's lawyer? Odobroni. So was it? So I'm sorry, my question may sound dumb, but I mean I just want to ask. So was it an official statement where it came out said they have withdrawn?
The lawyers actually said it, but people didn't really pay attention to it.
They said it where?
I say, yes.
Where did they say it?
In one of their interviews, I think somebody interviewed lawyer Dominic or somebody, and they talked about it. Say they didn't want to prolong the case, so some of the writs that they filed, they have to withdraw it, and then make 2 or 3 people just stand in because they knew what they were doing. But people didn't really.
I think they're not made. The only video I'm privy to, they say, say you be my year on time, and also on year on time was the case that on year intent, didn't intend. But that
was the reason for the withdrawal. That was okay. That was one of the reasons for the withdrawal. They didn't want to prolong the case. They did not want to prolong the case.
Yeah, the DL can is true because I was your pending crumple. I make some comment to be said. ne mano before Brunya no to say Kabrunya bebe ombetna say enom ne nase for no na ebi papa da so she fridge munom ne nase for no you want dear to be buried before the Christmas time no ne nase for say ni nyina ka ho bi so what I say and the momo no every draw say contact claim no ne nase
Because me am a person say as we mean to me find me case so.
Yeah, story.
So
But
because
story, when you look at the verdict, when you look at the ruling, when you
because
look at the
me
ruling,
anytime I call here say ne yeba ne sakra ye debate
storage,
defeat.
storage. When you look at the ruling, the judge talked about it, but I'm saying that it was not in contention. It was the sole prerogative of the
I
judge
really want to.
talk
Me
about it.
really
Not
read
talk
it
about it.
natural. It's been like 6 months ago.
Oh, it's there. It's there. She talked about it and says that she's going to deny Odobroni claim 1, but claim 1, 2, 3 no, or the man just to squash it. But you could ask people who actually are close to the lawyers; they will tell you that writ was withdrawn.
And then also no elevate you can say tabuno na no mo de ba beto funu no so no because to talk about say tabuno no krempo ho asem no na the lawyers need to speed up quick say the omeye de be omeyi tabuno no
I have the book. I wish I have it. I would have read it for story to see honum. But yes, I get that. I get the complication over there, the complexity and others. So people don't really want to touch on it. But I am telling you on authority there, that rate was not even contested. That rate was not contested. It was taken out. But once the judge has cited it, she will make a statement about it. It's her choice. Once she cited it, or obey away, if it was a criminal case, hear me. If it was a criminal case, and whoever the prosecutor was, will actually make an official withdrawal, then put in a fresh writ. But this is not a criminal case. A litigation, a civil case. So you don't go through that procedure. But it's a criminal, and officially the prosecutors will withdraw and squash that criminal charges, and then bring in fresh charges. But civil proceedings and criminal proceedings are different. And anytime you get this guy, what's his name?
What's your Mr.
When you get hold of the other guy, he will explain.
Prestige.
I think the other time.
Prestige, or can future.
Okay, future. You know that the procedures are different.
Okay, Prestige is also very good man.
Future is Wednesday. Prestige is Wednesday. Because me I do is
okay, what you say what they say that what journey officially
but I don't know any. There's no paper trail. So
why there's
no paper trail. It's not there.
I was like, no, it's not even about that.
No, listen.
Explanation, no, explain.
So that's not what I said. Tie. Dio can say. Adia baby daddy can baby daddy say me do fear. And then he said it again, baby daddy said, meet na bon team promote. He said, he said it again, said he's not home.
The last time, no, unim adia, oh yeah, Emma.
And then see what make Casa, my main Cassami, you see.
Yeah.
And then he said it again, it's okay. And the baby daddy said, you're no moon kind. And then when he said all kind for clarity's sake, baby daddy beside is there, why not? Baby daddy wanted him to clarify something, and then somehow he didn't want to. He was getting upset, and he says, "Baby daddy, mumu can." Baby daddy is like, "Nah, you are reading it into me, but so can." It was just becoming back and forth, and I said to him, "So baby daddy name was who drew fear to man drew fear non kind idea." It's just it's not necessary for us to be back and forth because the reality is
when you were talking, I made a statement. Sometimes it's healthy. Let people talk.
It wasn't about the context. It was about the kind. That's what the problem was. You were
All the
not
mommy
paying
castle
attention.
because say I know
How
the
many
side
times have you
America.
been in castle job?
Story till I'm reading it here. It said,
Hey,
it said
radio host,
after the
I don't know
service.
so you can so I don't
Okay, all my own
know.
castle. Sometimes with me
No,
kasa.
See you, see you. I don't know my 5 Jesse
Hold
number.
on and let
Storage,
me
you
share what
can't
happened to
just
you.
say Nipa
Oh,
so
mama make us Eliana. Mama make us do. I say
I go see number
because he
5.
always just want to fight everywhere. It's
sometimes I may tell you.
time na baby that the
Oh, explain you. I
one
see you see
thing.
you what I say. Ana
No,
mama church
I'm
them
me
side.
beside
Also mama church them side.
me
I go see
beside
number
time na
5.
baby that the catch us so jina bonten or can 3 times one thing.
Watch the mate. Mama explain me from
That's
side
why
out
I'm
there.
one.
Akosia Ben is man explaining the
Story,
side.
story,
Man explaining
story,
the
story.
I was
So
about to
me
explain
explain.
it. I was about to explain it.
What can say we? Mama explain me there. O si chinchina there. Who dey mean say me
Mo
so
fa mo
kasa.
mo ho e.
Sa dey
Obo
di
5
ko.
ni ye, man. Obo 5 ni ye.
Story,
Enu
I'm
mo
going to
fa mo mo
read
ho.
story. I'm going to read 2 things to you, right here. When you go to the pleadings number 5, it says after the service of the writ with its accompanying statement of claim on the defendant with exception of second defendant, which is Odobroni, the first and the third defendant file conditional appearance. Number 6, then counsel for D1 a 34 paragraph statement of defense on the date. D2 also in a 40 paragraph statement of defense filed counterclaim of the following reliefs. Declaration that the plaintiff was not married to Daddy Lumba. Declaration that second defendant was validly married under customary law by number 3. Declaration that the second defendant is a surviving spouse of Daddy Lumba. Let's go to number 7. Counsel for D3 filed a 15 paragraph. Okay, no cry. That one cry. It's not important. So when you look at written on the Bible, when you look at the 5 which was read by the guy the other time, said after the service of writ with its accompanying statement, after the service of writ with its accompanying statement of claim on the defendant with exception of second defendant. I stand to be corrected. That is my understanding. The first defendant and the third defendant filed conditional appearance. So people should explain to me if somebody says that somebody filed for a conditional appearance, what does that mean? And I'm saying that once those writ went to court and the judge cited them, she will have the choice to either comment on it or not to comment on it. But my understanding here is that writ filed by Odobroni was withdrawn. And I remember the lawyer Dominic and Bishop Payne said they didn't actually want to prolong the proceedings. So they have to take that one out because they knew that definitely Odobroni was married based on the testimony that they brought to court. I stand to be corrected, but that is my understanding of what this paragraph 5 is saying. Somebody should prove me wrong. That's all.
Storage, you get it? If you don't get it, forget it.
Storage way.
Okay, untina me buy you. Now me say me the message
What
you
about say your way? And say na me distraction.
Do you see me intina buy?
Now me say ka me the message bi. Man, na ka wo de akomo camp honom because
Me
omo
pacho.
Ono banko.
Me pacho me mini camp. Me neutral. Apa ne ametawo. Me nhyɛ ni camp bia.
Because DL ka say be 1992 ni nyum bi a oyeye otoye ahenche. So utie nyum na obehu say eno na asi eyi what I say asi enei after the death for Yasinama na award no utie say nyum na it tells you everything about what is happening now. Eya ahenche na me bo me tie the man is a prophet, is genius. So bibia unti say nyum no unti mu nsem no or say se mi kede mi ye mi bibi mpo a meso ama hene che emre kwa wie ya meso ama hinche
Miyemi
eno
bibi
Ghana
kwa
man.
meso ama hincho.
Yes, tie na eno so sign the Ghana micro mpo can say wehu ye be ye de bebo ye bra aka ho. Enti after the death no ne nsem ni bi no ye fa bi dia ye de be e de etu ye ho for aye bibia. It's so powerful. The man was legend. Everything that he said in that particular track no, yeah, it's happening now. This is over 30 years ago. You album and okay. At that time, no 20, you say 28, 27 more. And all the by and you may powerful power.
Di wait a minute, cause what else? I think so no. Unsa sene gospel for like ye wo nyame for a omoye powerful to say safo can tank amono. I think it's the same way with Lumba, but he came in a different style.
Yes, exactly. That's how I see it as well.
Yes. Because unso no kwa na asem na che ntuzi mu so ehunhun bi de echi enye kwa. Asem bia ba ga na yen kan chese ba we de aka che. Most over ne nyum bebre na so so kra messages I say for the future. Na enye nsi ba esi.
Yeah, true. Makramo kura say ohenimi ya. Yeah.
Oga so we refi agoza say wa na.
Dabi mahumi ne you know.
Yeah.
Even say nyum no kura mpo ba akosi ase we din wo mu. De mi kan ya henche ni din wo mu.
Yeah.
Storage. Today I was a bit uncomfortable with you. Honestly, I don't know why you were engaging that guy. But it's all good. Because there are some people that, in my opinion, you cannot have a logical conversation with them. Neither can you have an analytical or a conversation that is based on research or based on facts. They formulate their opinions and make the opinions facts. So what they do is they populate themselves in every conversation by trying to impose their opinion on everybody. I say so because one, the person is saying he is speaking on authority. Then when you go to an award ceremony and you mispronounce or misspell the name of the organizers, it's an indictment on you. So the question I want to ask is Cindy Thompson, when she went and said, "Thank God for letting me win this award," was that an indictment on her? Again, the Faces of Ghana Music Award Ghana Music Award has gone through about 3 or 4 phases. It was Ghana Music Award. They came to Vodafone Music Award. It came to Charterhouse or something we're doing it. Now we have Telecel. Apart from the title sponsor, what is the main reason for the award? It's not Ghana Music Award. So if somebody says a Ghana Music Award, what makes it wrong? And people are saying Ebusha Payne was not invited. Ignorantly, they should have looked at Ebusha Payne's wrist. That Ebusha Payne had a identification tag on his wrist. That if you are not specially invited, you will not get those tags, and you will not have an assigned seat. My fourth issue was when Lumba was in court. Ebusha Payne was representing Lumba. Ebusha Payne was not in court to represent himself. Ebusha Payne was in court to represent Daddy Lumba. That one is okay. But when it comes to the receiving of an award that is honored to Daddy Lumba there, Ebusha Payne cannot go and receive it because he's no more Daddy Lumba. And then again, the saddest part of it, to question what a dead person will be using an award for. And thank God the case said, Lumba is a prophet. That he knew that at the end of the day he will be crowned. So I was a bit confused. Why are you engaging this guy? Is it a fool or somebody? To even question what is in term. I mean, imagine me going to the Waterland, Nikpe, Rare, Hohoi, Kwando, to question them. Who is Awemefia? or what is Awemefia? That is an unusual. And you being Ashanti, I thought you shouldn't have engaged him. You shouldn't have engaged him. But anyway, you go respond to me. I just want to know why you communicated with him.
Oh, guy, and I don't know. Your traditional platform, and we all go there. Will be all platform. This will be. I'll tell you the same thing that I'm telling you. I didn't. I've like my shaman also 7% mechanism. Like you're saying, you know, some of the comments or one here now it will lead to say like you're making like a better tribalism. Like you said, so we ever respect to all of them. Na o kasana o bekache say aboa ben ne friend in tama man you dey na no kasana na team liga for nti o kasa aboa ben ne friend in tam na all of them say asem na o kan ontwa so ano twa so.
He really said that. Aboa ben ne friend in tam.
Yes. Ano kasa asem nti me twa so nti ho na person be make comment. I was so angry. But
no, what people don't know is and Tamno is an oath.
Yeah, it's an oath. I was going to go to another side of the tribe, and I'm so that I mean Jaina, and every time I be now I shall say they are him for any more for. I asante him for no. That the lumba same way asembe a moment timinka. Asemke tuwa we are him for baby amugu menshi amuntiminka. That was the second comment. I was like, nah, let me engage this guy. Because there are certain things he doesn't need to know. To be honest, answer now can I also say anything about Togo Afede? Just that comment that they no more platform this week. We said they are no ne bu four side na makobo Togo Afede. And that comment na me kan yo. Esa wo bu say esa abo be na friend ntam. But me ko Togo Afede asem sisi ya will you be happy? Or say the intina make sa comment the crack of Togo Afede abem. Nti say asem no wan hunu ne ye na me ne girl bi na me ne even your baby na our platform no cross that the lumba asem we Ayeka. Asem we sha ase no say other tribes na person we ba no we are there with tribalism and all that. I was like, nah, this is not. But when you meet Mawu and Mawu is making arguments and now we now he's just saying the whole thing. And I keep saying say menshia si hodo menshia enka ebusu asemo minti mini key and I key ni nua nkonya asem no de akogina menshia se utumfo nka bi. No, we have over 67 paramount chiefs under them no so yewo abrempon yewo adikro yewo penifo bebre omo show mase.
You have 68 paramountcies, 210 sub chiefs. And
Intisanyema we nyina se yekase yegya ni nyina to ho ne yekase yekada di lumba da bia team liga afo ne ka ho asem se yengya ni nyina to ne yemeka team liga ne da di lumba fie da di lumba da bia meka se ntokwe ya yekono ya na ye ni yenhede ni adaje bia ne ye ka ho asem da di lumba ne fie a wasiesi wa ankasa ye beche nyina ye 6 ne ma 11 ne ye num 2 ne nua ma 2 ntisi ye che fie 6 ne kura how much is each person getting? The man so I twin in I fire drink no. Until if you leave all of this, now phobia or my bob bra at their cutlass, or poku trading. Our my bobo bra, my some crank could room and share now see yen for your hand for any monetary for my. Are you being fair? So be she 6 in tea. Yen jai almost 68 paramount chiefs and 120 and Kokada the Lumbasam. And sometimes one who know intense be or can't I person media before responding. I have to get a pen and write it down. I am engaging and they say I have to make sure say many time dear man. Because one can yeah baby yeah try be free by yeah from Ubia and Kofa can send me be found. But can you imagine an Asante man and an Asante person saying anything about any tribe? Ever Kofa and send me brain up. See now then we be all.
Yeah.
Okay, mami, we myself no. About Georgina, Diana, na
Can we busa D real quick?
Okay, Mr. D.
The prophecy now Kano. It seemed like you was trying to link it to something. I mean, something
No,
that's going on presently. No person
yes,
told you all kind of.
yes. Unse say no or Troy and no you're very young. A year a million bibi pa meswa ma hinchen. So and or the characters about 4 different characters no the Troy say no. Or say it's a miracle we ya e we ni to say owu a swati ase. Ana obeswa na hinche eno ni award na ye de ma no. One picture I minya wo mu ho no no. Ano see eno nti Ghana man ye de be ye bebo ye bra. So what I say, ye betena se di abo ye bra. Ne nsem no betwro ye ni bi ni wu achi no. Ne nsem ni bi wo ho no ma ya fa bi di tu ye hofo. E de ye de be advice ye nyina ye de bo ye bra no no. Eno so so wo ho no. Ana nanu nyam so so aheren. Into de utie say enwom no pa. Utimu say yes, the man knew say at the end of his life, no. Well, all these things will be happening. And he's just a special obophobia or by na ye to say unipa bi keke, but no, he's something else. I'm telling you. This song is over 30 years old and he predicted and it has happened.
Can I say also gospel like how my friends say African tanka say na omo iso no.
Yeah.
But okoye the other side and I say who say just a common person.
Yes.
Mace, what you are trying to say is that for the past 50 decades, 5 decades, Ghana has been in existence. No, we can talk about 7 or 8 prominent people, but they came in different figures. When it comes music, when it comes to music, Lumba. When it comes to manufacturing, and I say creativity, inventions, Safo Kantaka. When you talk about political heroes, we could talk about Kwame Nkrumah. When you talk about how they call it, global icon. When we talk about global icon, Kofi Annan. Like when you talk about preaching, Ghana, Ayeka will be a preaching like will be somebody who actually carried the gospel in terms of Christianity. Who else? Who because most of them refer to him as my godfather.
No. Duncan Williams.
No, none of them.
The Owuyana
Amwako. Yeah. The one who actually helped Daughters of Glory sisters. No?
Yeah.
Sofa Amwako. Yeah. So I said we have people within the best 6 decades. 6 decades.
Now, says Stanley and Ayin, so almost fine. Stanley and Steve. Almost they used to be good, pa.
Deal new submission. I was following. It was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So on every aspect of Ghanaian life, somebody was there. Let's say, okay. On the political front, we can put Kwame Nkrumah. Okay. On the political front, we can put Kwame Nkrumah. Okay. On the political front, we can put Kwame Nkrumah. Okay. Getting a feedback.
I'm not going to make feedback, man.
So, on the political front, we will put Kwame Nkrumah. When it comes to the religious aspect, Sofa Amwako, they all refer to him. He didn't live long. About musica, Daddy Lumba. About invention, Safo Kantanga. Had a global icon, Kofi Annan. In terms of traditional nyama yes konfa noche. A traditional ruling ankasa. I will suggest apart from the one that went to Seychelles, what's the name?
Prempeh
the First. I think that Prempeh the First was that powerful, who brought actually Ashanti Kingdom back to where it is. I think that this current Totunfo has really elevated the Ashanti Kingdom to a different level. His brother was there, the one Pokwari. He was a very calm, cool, collected man. I saw him. But this one, Nagasano, has really elevated Ashanti Kingdom and has given prominence to certain chiefs and certain activities. When you look, it's like this Otunfo is very intentional. Intentional in terms of the people that he's surrounding himself with, the kind of events that he attends, and the project that he undertakes. The very people he surround himself with, so you will find Akufo-Addo around him, you find Mahama around him, you find Bawumia around him. At the same time, when it comes to the social aspect, you find people who are very, very well known in the social circle.
Na ideal mame fa we say nso nsanka ho ma wo ho ono nso ne ohene a mefa ne say eye UK fo esi omo hene obeye de ben obe passe mefa nsa kwoti say odi kuruwa no ema no ansa na UK hin Charles na hindi ne de ben
edimo. And I also want to say he's the one who actually brought all the artifacts that were taken from the Ashanti Kingdom.
Thank you.
Back to the
Ashanti Kingdom. He has worked so hard.
Yes.
Hey, what's that going on?
If I told my you be free, money or will be
history.
Allow no. This is not history. This is somebody pouring out, stemming from the fact that earlier we were talking about somebody trying to downplay the culture and stuff. So also eulogize, allow him to eulogize, and when he's done, we go to everywhere.
And you know, I'm a typical Fanti. So for me to move to that side, say I hold. So when it comes to the social aspect now, you see that whenever Otunfo holds a program.
And say munche akojaba no ai e say we kusa we kasa. Na ye hu sene case yishiwi ekwakosi. Se mo mekusa se wa ebedi nkunim me wone nsem wa beka ho. Ana se bo ndi nkunim. Abusia aha Ayeka Black Media. Then the kan ya wo sha message subscribe na wa share. Na wo je wa dwentre our comment section. Ibe sha won sem from Macau.